My name is Matt Kramer. I'm the creative director at Sanzaro Games, and today we announced Marvel Powers United VR's bundle here, along with our launch trailer of 18 heroes, 18 playable heroes, day one. We've got 10 locations and 8 bosses, all on launch day, which is coming next week, July 26th, and the bundle will be on the 31st of July.
Long time in the making. So talk about the heroes that you announced here at Comic-Con, if you can just list them off, if you're allowed to.
Oh man, we have so many. I mean, some of the big heavy hitters we announced today, we've got Wolverine, we've got Spider-Man, we just announced Iceman and Storm. Earlier we announced Gamora, Star-Lord. Who else do we got? We got Black Bolt, Crystal, Star-Lord. We just have so many.
I'm excited because we interviewed you last year, and you were like, we'd love to have X-Men in the game, but we'll see what happens. And then you announced X-Men in your game.
Yeah, which was great today. I mean, you know, you guys come, you interview us. Fans are always asking, they want the X-Men, and it's nice to today finally unveil, you know, all these characters like Wolverine in VR. I mean, I can't wait for you to see it because, you know, people get in there for the first time and they're just ching, ching, you know, pulling out the claws. And it's just such a visceral feeling in VR, and I think fans are just going to eat it up.
Yeah, because when we played your demo with Hulk in the game, it felt surreal. I mean, it really feels like you're punching something. You know, it really gets you in depth. The melee characters just add another depth, you know, to the character, and you're adding now Wolverine to it, who slices robots in half.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, you know, you bring up Hulk, which is a good point because the scale, you know. When you play as Hulk, you are huge in there. I mean, you feel like Hulk. We do full body IK, which means, you know, when you're looking down at your arms, you're looking at your body, you are that character. You know, you're going to play as Rocket. Rocket's small. You know, you're going to be looking up at Hulk being like, hey, what's going on? The other thing to talk about is the movement in the game. You know, the movement in the game is a traditional forward, back, left, right movement with rotational on the right stick. So if you're familiar with any like first-person controls or something like that, you're going to feel right at home, you know, with Marvel Powers United VR. And we have flying. You know, there's full motion flying. If you're a flying character like Captain Marvel, Rocket, Star-Lord, Black Bolt, you know, you'll be able to fly, land all over the place.
Talk about your studio is no stranger to VR, and you've been in it since the beginning. Talk about how you'd like seeing that platform evolve, because it's still evolving now.
It's amazing. You know, first I got to give a shout out. We have an amazing producer, Mike Doran, and he really, you know, he loves the studio. He's a big proponent of VR. We've done, you know, Ripcoil with him. We've done VR Sports, and you know, now we've done the Marvel game, and it's been great to be with them from the start and really see the evolution of you know, VR as a platform. You know, in our early games, you know, we pushed on VR Sports. We had a lot of gesture throwing and stuff. We really tried to hone in on, you know, what is it like to throw a football, or what is it like, you know, to catch a basketball and dunk. You know, Ripcoil, we had full body IK, so no more floaty hands. You know, you have the full body. In Marvel, we really wanted to push the full body IK along with, you know, a social interaction between those players. You know, when you play Marvel, you're in the same space, you know, with, you know, 3 of your friends. And it's surreal when people get in there for the first time and they're just like, whoa, that's another human. Like, hey, what's going on, Black Panther? What? It's so cool to get that feeling and that excitement from players. But we're always trying to evolve, you know, in VR. You know, moving forward, I see a lot of potential in this medium. I think every game that we do with Oculus Studios is just going to push the boundaries even further.
Do you guys have any plans for PSVR or, you know, or HTC Vive?
Yeah, not at this time. It is exclusively on the Oculus platform.
If you could put one hero in your game, who would it be and why?
One hero in the game, you know, I'd probably say Rocket, because wait, he's in the game already. And it's super fun to play him because the scale differences, and you have fur. He's got a lot of cool gadgets. He's got you know, each character has a super meter that you can build up. So Rockets has this thing called the Peacemaker that you can kind of call down from the heavens, and it's like this big cannon that shoots enemies. It just feels great seeing that in the scene, blasting everyone away.
Yeah, for people who are unsure what this game is, it's not a PvP game. It's a cooperative game where you're destroying waves of enemies.
Yes. Yeah, it's a 4-player co-op experience. You can also play it single player with 3 AIs. You can play it 2-player, with 2 AI. And it's built to be scalable for all types of players. We built the game so first-time users, you may have someone that just bought the bundle and this is their first VR experience. They can go in and enjoy it and have fun. They're not going to be overwhelmed with complexity and all this, crazy stuff that they're going to have to learn in VR. But we also want to cater to the hardcore VR fans that have been there from day one. And this game caters to them as well. So we really have a good gamut of, scaling across the entire project.
In terms of user accessibility, you've made it kind of just so everyone is able to play it right in, whether you're a veteran or a 9-year-old kid.
Yeah, I think anyone can get in there. We've had, a lot of playtest groups. We've done extensive testing with Marvel and Oculus, and I feel it's a great step forward for anyone that's getting into VR. The other cool thing, which we haven't really shown anything of, but at the beginning of the game, we have this super cool story narrative called Prologue, and it brings you through a kind of cinematic VR experience that's really going to onboard new players and just get them adept to the controls and just what it's like to be in VR. And that's going to be exciting to see players' reactions to that, because you have in-your-face action and Hulk screaming at you, and you got Rocket telling you to do stuff. It's just a really fun experience.
Can you talk about your relationship with Marvel and Oculus and what they provided in terms of tech and support to help make this game a reality?
As a whole, we couldn't have done this alone. Everybody's pulling their weight. Everybody's, giving, different input here and there. Marvel, we worked really closely with the story, the look and feel of the characters. We want to make sure, when you're in there and you're playing as Captain America, it feels like Cap. You look down at your clothes, you look down at all your gear and the moves and everything. It feels like a Marvel character. On the Oculus front, we have extensive support across the platform, all the hardware. They are in our office every day playing with us. They're always pushing us, always pushing the boundaries, and overall it's just been a great experience for all 3 parties.
So where can people find more information about your game?
We have a website on the Oculus page for Marvel Powers United VR, and you can always check the Oculus Facebook page, Twitter, right? All over. And you could check the Sanzaro Games webpage. We'll keep that updated as well.